My wife came home furious. "Why isn't the card working? Mom didn't get your paycheck?" I just looked at her and said, "Interesting." That word landed heavier than it sounded. I felt the first domino tip inside my chest. Quiet, precise. I stood, straightened my shirt, and got ready to speak. I had finally found out who took my place. The room smelled like burned coffee and impatience. She was pacing, phone in hand, already rehearsing blame. Her mother's name was always the sharpest blade. For years, my paycheck traveled a predictable route. Company, joint account, her mother's needs. I watched it leave without asking where it went. Love does that. Or weakness. I'm still deciding. She didn't notice my calm. Rage blinds people, especially when entitlement cracks. "Did you mess something up?" she asked. "No," I said. "I fixed something." Her eyes narrowed. She thought this was about money. It wasn't. Money was just the receipt. I met her when trust still felt like a safe investment. She laughed with her whole body back then, held my hand like it mattered. We built a life on promises spoken softly at night. I believed consistency was loyalty. I believed effort was love. I believed wrong. The shift didn't come with fireworks. It came with absences, with smiles that didn't reach her eyes, with phone calls taken in the bathroom, with weekends that suddenly required space. She started dressing sharper for errands, started correcting me in front of people, started calling me predictable like it was an insult. Still, I stayed calm. Still, I paid. Still, I tried. Betrayal doesn't kick the door down. It waits for you to stop locking it. The first crack was a name I didn't recognize on her screen, a single letter saved under a contact photo she'd never shown me. I didn't confront her. Confrontation is loud. I needed silence. Patterns emerged. Late meetings, new passwords, a sudden interest in my work schedule. She needed to know when I wasn't around. That's when I understood. Someone else was enjoying the life I financed. The proof came quietly. A message preview reflected off a darkened window. "Can't wait until he's out of the picture." I didn't flinch. Shock is useless when clarity arrives. I didn't lose my wife that night. I lost my illusion. That's when my mindset shifted. No tears, no yelling, just math. I stopped depositing my paycheck into the joint account. I opened a separate one under my name only. I changed beneficiaries. I froze shared credit lines. I spoke to a lawyer who didn't care about my feelings, only facts. I documented everything. Dates, messages, transfers, lies. I watched her spend money she no longer had, watched her mother demand support that wasn't coming, watched her grow careless, confident I was still asleep. People underestimate silence. They mistake it for surrender. I was building a timeline. The execution wasn't dramatic. It was methodical. I filed first, quietly. I redirected my income legally. I notified my employer to change payroll details. I let the card fail on purpose just once to see how fast the panic spread. I told no one, not friends, not family. I let her play her role without an audience. She started pushing harder. Insults, guilt, threats. She accused me of being distant. I almost smiled. Distance was the point. Back in the kitchen, her voice rose. "So what, you just decided to cut us off?" I met her eyes, calm, clear. I decided to stop paying for my replacement. The color drained from her face. I told her I knew about the messages, the meetings, the man who thought he'd stepped into a vacancy. I told her he didn't take my place. I gave it up when I saw it wasn't mine anymore. She tried denial first, then anger, then tears. They came in that order, like clockwork. I slid the papers across the table. Divorce filing, financial separation, evidence attached. "You planned this," she whispered. "Yes," I said, "while you were distracted." The final surprise wasn't for her, it was for him. He found out who took his place when he realized there was no place to take. No money, no safety net, no woman shielded by someone else's effort.
Just consequences. He disappeared fast. People like that always do when the lights turn on. She stayed seated, small now, quiet. I didn't gloat. I didn't need to. I walked out lighter than I'd walked in. Not angry, not broken, relieved. Betrayal taught me something valuable. Loyalty without boundaries is just delayed self-betrayal. I corrected that, precisely.